Hi, my friends. Don't we all love flowers? Oh my gosh, I think they touch everybody's heart and they're visually so beautiful. In today's video, we're gonna make some flowers out of all kinds of things. I cannot wait to show you. Hi, I'm Bonnie Overman. I wanna thank you for joining me today. I hope my channel will inspire you to lead a more productive, creative, and stylish life at any age, always on a budget. You know I'm going to be 75, and that's the only reason I say it is because if I can do these things, I know you can do them too at any age. I have confidence in you. I want to thank all my dear sweet friends, all my wonderful subscribers that take the time to watch my videos and comment. Oh, it just means so much to me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. You don't want to miss every month. I come up with different themes. Then I do decor and I do tables and trays and crafts around those themes. And then I also do a couple projects every month and I hold myself accountable. You can do your projects right along with me. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel. So flowers, we're talking about for decor, for crafting, for tags, bags, cards, all kinds of things. And we're going to make them out of the most unusual things a lot of us have around the house: yarn, twine, fabric pieces, crepe paper, coffee filters, and paper. And you can use these in so many ways, and they're good any time of year depending on what colors you go with. I hope you love this. I hope you get so inspired, and we'll make some flowers for your decor or your crafts, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye. Here's all my beautiful happy flowers. I'm going to show you how to make them almost out of any material. You don't want to miss this. All right, I want to start up here at the top. You all, happy spring. It's all in daisies. Do you ever have flowers that just kind of fall off the little stem when you buy them and you have a bunch of loose ones? Or just take them off and make a beautiful banner. Now this says spring, and this is just out of cardboard. I cut these letters, I just kind of drew them, measured them so they were roughly the same size, and glued daisies on them. That's it. I don't know if you can get them from Dollar Tree, but get a big bush of them, and there you go. You can do any flower you want to do. You could do roses, these darling little pink roses here you can do. But look how cute that is. I just love this for spring. You could do joy out of this. You could do somebody's name for a birthday party. It's just too cute. The next thing I want to show you for decor, now these are not made. I mean, I made them, but I bought the flowers, are flower balls. I cannot tell you how cool these look. If you like a more minimal, clean, contained look, and there's always a place that's appropriate for these. You know, these are just absolutely beautiful. It is a styrofoam ball. And all you do is just cut the stems on the flowers really short and stick it in. That's all you do. The more the better. Just shove it all in. Now you can do all one flowers. Now here's my little daisy balls back here. You can see here. I didn't even cover them that much. I need to cover them a little more. And you just stick them in, and you have your beautiful daisy balls that go with your daisy sign. These you've seen, I put them on candlesticks, and very fancy candlesticks, and they look just gorgeous. They would be suitable for a wedding. They're so beautiful. Anyway, and then you could do bows and streamers hanging down. Anyway, okay. I get on the wedding brain think, and I start thinking of all these ideas. But anyway, so those are ways that you can take flowers and make them into banners or flower balls or arrangements. But I want to show you some. Before I get to all the paper flowers, I want to show you some unusual flowers. Some of these really are great for summer. I love the look of twine. Now, how cute would this be on the side of a wicker beach bag, or you can use some of these as brooches or on a summer hat. You can just pin them on, but look what it is. It's a mess in the back. Now, you know, I leave it like this to show you what I've done. So I've just taken loops of twine and hot glued it on the back of this cardboard, and then gone over the cardboard around and around and around with more twine from Dollar Tree, by the way. And then I did a button. Remember, you can paint your buttons. We're going to talk about buttons in a minute. And these fabulous jewels, you know, Hobby Lobby used to carry these in the craft section. They're adhesive. They come just like this. You just take them off the plastic sheet. I haven't seen them, but if you ever see anything like this, buy multiple packets, because I use these on all my tags. You can see I have a tag right over there with one of the jewels on a button, and I use them all the time. So anyway, if you ever see those. But anyway, there's one idea. Now this one here is really simple. This is very kind of primitive. This is nothing more than a bunch of loops. See how I made these little loops? I put one way, I put the next one the next way, and then I put the next one the next way. And there you have kind of a flower looking little situation, and I just put a button on there. How cute would that be? You could put it anywhere. You could put it on a pillow. You could put it on a purse. You could put it as a brooch on a scarf. I mean, you could do anything. You can even use yarn. Now, I don't have a lot of yarn, but I did the same thing with this. Loops and loops and loops glued on some cardboard. Again, a button and one of those jewels. And again, paint your buttons. Let's look now at fabric. So here's the little round I use for the fabric ones. Now you can see I took tarp pieces and I twisted it and glued it. Twisted and glued, twisted and glued. And you can see this is a finished one. Yeah, it's shabby chic, but that's what I like. And you can see there's the cardboard buried in there. Again, a button and a jewel. That would be an adorable brooch. Again, you could put this on a pillow. You could put it on a gift. I mean, how cute would that be on a tag? I mean, there's so many things you can do with these things. So whatever strikes your fancy. Here's another one. Now this one I did a little, you can see cardboard on the back. Again, you would finish it or glue it on something. Cardboard on the back, and then a button and a little bow of twine. And I think they're so adorable. And I want to show you this fabric one here. Okay, isn't that adorable? Again, my clipboard I got from Dollar Tree. I put some paper and a doily on it. You can put whatever you want on it. You don't have to put anything, but I like the bow and then the piece that comes down this way, and then you can put whatever you want. And by the way, I can interchange this. I can make it St. Patrick's Day, because look at the little clothespins I put on the side right here. It holds on whatever I want to put on there. If I unclip that little flower, that little fabric flower or cluster, whatever you want to call it, I could put something else on there. I could put a tag on there. So think about, I love things that change, that are interchangeable, and that is one of them. But oh my gosh, you guys, that's why I always say, keep your scraps. You have a little piece of lace, you have a little piece of fabric, you got a piece of burlap, you got a piece of tarp. Keep it in a little bag, and then you just crisscross. Hot glue it on, crisscross another one, hot glue it on. You cannot mess it up. And then you trim it if one's way too long. This is adorable as a brooch, on a pillow, on a lampshade, on a tag, on a gift. It's just absolutely adorable. And you know, I made napkin rings out of these. I do my napkin ring, I think in August, but I make napkin rings out of this. You could take any one of these and glue it on a paper towel roll that's covered in burlap and make napkin rings. All right, we're going to leave fabric for a minute, and we're going to go to crepe paper. Now, this beautiful flower, can you imagine this on a beautiful white bag, tied with a big lace bow or tulle bow on it for a wedding or something, or a bachelor party, or a wedding shower, or a baby shower? This is just the ends of the ribbons. You know, I have so much ribbon, and when I get done, I save these rounds and I just glue. I start on the outside and just just pull it, gather it, and glue it. Gather and glue. And it doesn't matter if it's bad because you're going to cover it up with another layer and another layer and another layer. Then when you get to the actual middle, I would take and do a little tiny scrunch of crepe paper. And there again, there is my little button and my jewel. And look at that. I mean, on a bag. I made some of these and put one on a bag and the person just went nuts. And then this one over here is made out of coffee filters. Did you get a new coffee machine and you got coffee filters, don't know what to do with them? Here's what you can do. And by the way, I've seen people that dye these and they come out looking as beautiful as that rose. I mean, you can dye these where they're dark on the edge, dark in the middle. Anyway, let me take this apart and show you what it is. Okay, this is one of those rounds that I use for the ribbon. Now, I took a coffee filter. And so what I did with this is I took the coffee filter, folded it into quarters, and then I cut out the very edge of this. You know what I'm saying? So I came out with this. This is what gets gathered and glued on this base. Okay? Doesn't have to be neat. Oh my God, it's not neat at all. Then what you do is you take this piece here and you're going to gather it in your hand like this. This part goes through the hole on the ribbon hole. See how I just gathered it up? And then you're going to put it through this hole here. And you have a flower. Okay? You can put 2 in there if you wanted to. You can color them. You can do whatever you want. But how beautiful on a package. All right, paper. You guys, do you have scraps like I do? I don't throw anything away. It's just disgusting. I have so much. When I go to do a project, I go to my scraps first because I have so much. But if you can see how you can make these little flowers. Now I use punches for some. And you don't really need punches for these. Now this is a leaf punch. But can you see how you just make a teardrop shape and glue it on? And you could actually glue them the opposite way and have the fat part out here if you wanted to. But I want to show you how to layer that. But just get coordinating colors. These are all in pink. Here's one that's in all different pastels. I use a little eyelash yarn. Again, I use these buttons and that jewel. Look at how that just pops it. I put them on toothpicks because I can put them in my tier trays and on displays. And you can see, here's some of my tags made with the leaf punch. And then you can add a flower punch and again, a button with a jewel. And it doesn't have to be all pretty colors. You can do browns and oranges if you want to. So it depends on your paper. All right, so here's what I do. Here's most of my flowers like this are this fat flower, then a daisy punch, then a little daisy punch, and then I have some kind of center. So here's another small daisy punch with a little tiny button, and you can see there's your flower, okay? There's your flower. You can make any color. You can shade them. You can not shade them. So those are the flowers. Here's some of the centers I made. You could use beads, buttons, whatever. And then here's just a rough idea how you would put together these little leaves. You don't even have to have a punch. You can do this by hand. Here's one in pink, here's one in yellow, and you can do the centers. If you want something super simple, save your envelopes you get in the mail, get a daisy punch, and just punch out some white flowers and put little yellow pom-poms in the middle, and you have daisies. Isn't that cute? And then here's just some more. You can actually put some of these flowers on. You can see here I have a scallop piece with a ticket and some lace. You can do all kinds of things with flowers. They just don't have to be silk. I hope you love this. I hope you got so inspired, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.